I hate my twin sister because she lied to our family. I'll try to keep this short. I just want to get it out. My sister and I, 20 female, are twin sisters, almost identical, and she fucked me up completely. I'm what people would call the outgoing twin, while my sister is the shy one. We're as close as twins are, but my mom refused to treat or let anyone treat us as the same person, as we are not really glued to the hip. She has her group of friends and I have mine, and she's really into dating. It's not an attack, but it's important, and I'm really not. But because of the way we are, people believe I'm the one who's having fun and she just stays in her dorm all day, which is not true at all. Well, someone did a revenge porn on my sister and sent a video of her getting. Oh no, I can't. Well, someone did a revenge porn on my sister and sent a video of her getting by two guys to our dad, elder brother, and us with a fucked up message. The video wasn't taken directly on her face. You can tell it's one of us, but it's not close enough or HD enough to tell which. So the next day, our parents asked to talk to us. Our elder brother is there too. And I'm like, okay, I'll let her talk since it's clearly not me and not my business. She tells them it's me. She fucking said it was me. I don't know why she lied though. Our parents didn't care at all. Like, they're more concerned about the way I don't know, since the video is hers, felt, and I wanted to proceed. I was stunned. I said it wasn't me, but my parents didn't believe me. They kept saying it was okay and that I was already an adult and that things happen and they won't shame me, that the one to blame are the ones sending the video and not me. My elder brother had to get them out of my face because I was on the verge of tears. I don't know what's worse, my sister lying with no reason or my parents not believing me. They left the room to talk to each other and I could only whisper to my brother that it wasn't me, and he said he believed me. He berated our sister in a low volume and she just sat there crying saying sorry. Things are weird now. My sister said she panicked, and since the one in the video isn't me, I said I won't proceed, and if the video gets out, I'll scream my ass out saying it's not me. I don't even want to talk about how my parents are acting. Oh my god.
My husband's mistress sent me their sex tape. Disclaimer is not my story time, it's not on Instagram. I'm a 34-year-old transitioning woman. My husband is a gay man. He and I met 5 years ago. On our very first date, I was open about wanting to transition, and he was so happy for me. He said that he might even want to transition. Of course, this meant a lot of things for us, but we accepted it. I proposed to him and we got married within 6 months. Our families are very accepting of us and our lifestyle. And about a year ago, we had talked about adopting a child. Not one single part of me thought there was anything wrong with our relationship. Now that I'm transitioning, my body has begun to change. My husband told me that he would be attracted to me no matter what. In fact, he told me that he was starting to become more attracted to me because I was looking more feminine. One day I get home early from work and I notice my husband isn't there. There's a box at the door. It had no label, so I opened it as soon as I saw it. And that's when I see a cell phone. The only thing in the cell phone was a video. I began to play it and I see my husband naked with a woman, part 2. My husband's mistress sent me their sex tape. Disclaimer is not my story time, it's not on Instagram. I'm a 34-year-old transitioning woman. My husband is a gay man. He and I met 5 years ago. On our very first date, I was open about wanting to transition, and he was so happy for me. He said that he might even want to transition. Of course, this meant a lot of things for us, but we accepted it. I proposed to him and we got married within 6 months. Our families are very accepting of us and our lifestyle. And about a year ago, we had talked about adopting a child. Not one single part of me thought there was anything wrong with our relationship. Now that I'm transitioning, my body has begun to change. My husband told me that he would be attracted to me no matter what. In fact, he told me that he was starting to become more attracted to me because I was looking more feminine. One day I get home early from work and I notice my husband isn't there. There's a box at the door. It had no label, so I opened it as soon as I saw it. And that's when I see a cell phone. The only thing in the cell phone was a video. I began to play it and I see my husband naked with a woman, part 2. My husband's mistress sent me their sex tape. Disclaimer is not my story time, I said it on Instagram. As soon as I play the video, I see my naked husband with a woman. Began pointing the camera to their private parts. Instantly started hyperventilating. My husband is gay. I forced myself to watch the entire video, which was 15 minutes long. It was repulsive. They were spreading whipped cream on each other and this woman farted on him. Apparently my husband liked it. I'm still at the front door watching this video when my husband shows up. He peeks over my shoulder and takes the phone away. He asked me where I got the phone. I said it was sent to the house. That's when he grabs the phone and throws it on the floor and it breaks. Then he told me that the only reason he was sleeping with this woman was so that he could get used to having sex with the woman. Because I'm transitioning. Basically, he's doing it for me. I asked him who the woman was and he said she wasn't important. Then he promised to never see her again. The following day, I get an email from her. She threatened me and told me that only a real woman could keep a man. Then she told me that he's planning on divorcing me. I confronted my husband and he told me that he lied to her. Swears that he loves me and that he won't leave me. Now I feel so insecure. This woman was very attractive. Should I stay with my husband or what?
Am I the asshole for wanting to stick to rigid gender roles? I, 34 female, have been married to my husband, 38 male, for 10 years. And we have a 9-year-old daughter. When COVID hit, I lost my job, and because I was used to being busy, I poured all my time and efforts into homemaking. My husband loved coming home to a clean house, a cooked dinner, and a wife that was not stressed. but I was still providing financially from my savings. Last year, I was lucky to find a job that allowed me to work from home and have flexible hours. My husband, on the other hand, hated not having a housewife. After a lot of arguments, me staying with my parents, and him refusing couples counseling, I came up with an idea. Am I the asshole for wanting to stick to rigid gender roles? I told him fine, I'll take charge of the home and childbearing. But in exchange, he has to take care of our expenses on his own like a true breadwinner. He agreed. For 9 months, I've stuck to my side of the deal and the house is always clean. I make breakfast, pack his lunch, have dinner ready when he gets home, and help my daughter with homework and other things. The thing is, I am still working and earning money. It's just that now the money is mine to do what I want with, because I no longer help with the bills or the groceries. Last month, I went ahead and got myself a car upgrade, and it was like I flipped a switch. Now he's saying he wants to go back to how things used to be, and I said no. I like how things are right now.
Storytime, I'm in a long-distance relationship and I don't know if I should break up with this boy or not. So a little background information, him and I were best friends for almost a month before we started dating. And literally as soon as we started dating, he started asking me for nudes. And I would be like, no, not tonight, I'm tired. And then he would keep asking me why. And then he would start to make me feel guilty about not wanting to send him nudes. Eventually, he would just say, it's fine, I'll just wait until we can do physical things together. And he still has, quote, his hoes on Snapchat. And he still has all of their nudes and everything. And literally the day before we started dating, he told me that he liked this one girl. And he'll always hang up the phone to talk to her instead of me. And then when I bring it up, he tries to say that So obviously I try and bring this up to him, and he tries to make me feel bad by saying that he thinks about unaliving himself. He also has a few other red flags, like for part 2. Storytime, I'm in a long-distance relationship with this boy and I don't know if I should break up with him or not. So like I said, he says he always thinks about unaliving himself, so obviously I feel bad for him and I just love him so much that I can't let him go, and he has a bunch of other red flags. Like he'll tell people he's 13 and other people he's 14, and he apparently didn't know his birthday. Well, fast forward, he's been texting me more, and when I told him I loved him, he left me on open, which he never does. He always says it back to me. We still haven't really been talking on the phone, but I did send him pictures. Not fully nude, but both times I sent those, he literally called me right after. But other than that, he will never call me.
Am I the asshole for still going to my sister's wedding after my husband canceled my plane ticket? My husband, 36, and I, 30, have 3 kids, 2, 4, and 7. I'm a stay-at-home mom full-time, and I take care of the kids while my husband works full-time. My sister's wedding was last week, and we live hours away, which is an issue for my husband. When we first got the invite, he told me he wasn't going and that he'll stay with the kids and suggested I do the same. Since the wedding doesn't allow kids and my husband doesn't want to hire a babysitter after the one we had robbed us. I insisted on going because that's my only sister and I want to attend what might be a once-in-a-lifetime event for her. He chuckled at my statement and then we stopped talking about it. As the wedding was approaching, he brought it up and told me to miss it and stay with the kids. I offered to get my friend to stay with the kids, but he refused. I ignored him, spoke to my friend who agreed to watch the kids, and booked a ticket. My husband found out and went on about how he had work and that the most logical solution is I stay home with the kids and let him make his living. I said that I already took care of the kids and they'll stay with my friend. Honestly, I grew impatient, and the day of the flight, I dropped the kids at my friend's place and headed to the airport. Am I the asshole for still going to my sister's wedding after my husband canceled the plane ticket? At the airport, I found out he canceled my plane ticket. I was upset but still insisted on going, so I went home, got in my car, and drove 4 hours to get to the town. At 5 p.m., my husband called and was freaking out, asking where I was. I told him I made it to my sister's town, and he blew up saying I wasn't supposed to go. Even said he canceled my ticket to get me to stay. He demanded I return, but I said not until the wedding was over. He called me a horrible, neglectful mom, and his mom accused me of abandoning my own kids. We had a huge argument when I got home, and now he's giving me the silent treatment. Am I the asshole for refusing to feed my baby and going to bed? I, 23 female, and my 22 male husband brought our newborn home recently. I'm up from 1 a.m. to 11 p.m. with her most every day. I maybe get a few hour naps throughout the day, but it's barely anything. My husband, on the other hand, works 37 hours a week, and when he gets home from work, he expects me to care for her because he's had a hard day at work. Well, today when he got home, he instantly got on Fortnite, and I was finally able to catch a little sleep. 20 minutes later, she started screaming because she was hungry. My husband woke me up to feed her, and I picked her up, handed her to him, and said no. Am I the asshole for refusing to feed my baby and going to bed? I went to bed, and now my husband and his friends and family are calling me an asshole. They think it's my job to care for the baby because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm just so tired. Edited to add that she did not go hungry. When I said no, he got up and he fed her. He was just throwing a tantrum. We did have a set schedule, but he refuses to follow it. He says he's too tired from work and then goes back to his game. Edit number 2. He has agreed to take the day off to babysit so I can get my beauty sleep, as he calls it. I think I'm leaving him. Edit number 3. Today I got out of bed and he was willingly feeding her. Am I the asshole for not telling my wife happy birthday? Y'all, I wish Kayla would. My wife and I have been going over stuff to do on her birthday for the last month or so. It's now her birthday and I had the day off my main job, but I was gonna do some Uber in the morning, just while she was asleep to make a bit more money so we could have a better time. She came in at 5:30 in the morning, woke me up and asked if I had work because normally I wake up before that. I told her I didn't have work today, but I was going to do Uber. She got upset and told me I shouldn't be doing Uber on her birthday, then demanded to know why I haven't told her happy birthday yet. I said it was because it was 5:30 in the morning and I told her I was to wait until we were celebrating her birthday. Am I the asshole for not telling my wife happy birthday? Now she's upset at me because she says that her family and friends have already said happy birthday to her, and that she expected her husband to do the same. I told her that she was being unreasonable and that waking me up at 5:30 in the morning to demand I say happy birthday is extremely spoiled behavior. At this point, she was telling me to return the gifts I bought for her and that she doesn't want to spend her birthday with me. I'm writing this at 6 in the morning, and yes, this happened in the last half hour. I should point out that she has BPD and she can get very angry very quickly and then stay angry for long periods of time. She also already spent $2,000 on her birthday.